3, 2, 1.
Streaming button.
Streaming is up.
Button.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 5. Just after a week vacation. What happened to all you, by the way? Did everyone get sick?
Just about. I think it's everybody but you and me. Oh, even you got sick, I thought.
Yeah, but I was still here.
I just couldn't stay awake last week.
True story.
No matter how much caffeine I had that day, it just would not work.
And then she got sick.
Then she got sick.
I got sick, but not last week, just on Friday.
Well, as your GM, I forbid you all from getting sick ever again. All of you.
Okay.
Forbidden.
Alright, Annie, get on that shit.
Yeah, Annie. Annie's going to be quiet because Annie has laryngitis. For those of you at home, and for future prosperity. Poor sick Annie.
We lost Annie. We gained an Annie.
We have an Annie.
Lost Annie, gained an Annie. Not the pilot!
So did, never mind.
Okay, so since it's been about 2 weeks, let's summarize. You guys have acquired 2 jobs. One to take you into Fountain, and one to drop off a most mysterious package to a pirate base via missile or torpedo or whatever you want to call it. It's a long phallic object with a with a engine on the back. So just to begin, that arrives at your shuttle's docking position. The guys get ready to load it.
So
Now,
the question was, because Emily, you had Light check the thing out before it was loaded in the first place. Are you going to continue with your whole thing of she wasn't going to tell anybody? Because I don't think Rowan's going to let it on the shuttle unless somebody actually knows.
I said you had to wait until session, not that she was never going to tell anybody.
Oh, then I misunderstood. My bad.
well, we're conveniently at session, so
Yeah, Rowan was concerned, so
Rowan's paranoid.
she had to look at it, and she's like, thumbs up, this is a completely deactivated missile, there will be no explosions.
Cool.
one of the gentlemen loading it read as a 4-armed mafia brute in a suit. It's like, of course it's a deactivated missile.
No, remember, I waited for them to stop.
Oh, right.
Because I didn't want to...
Right. Yeah, so he's gone. Rewind. So yeah, that dude's completely gone.
Testing. Can you hear me now?
I hear you.
Yes, we can hear you just
I
fine.
don't know why that was not working.
Discord's been doing some funny things lately.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself again because now I got a cough. I'm back.
Come back.
Anything else about this thing before it's loaded into your cargo bay that you were curious about?
No, largely just making sure all of the stuff that people are trying to give us isn't going to explode on our ship.
Where's the fun in that, really?
Hey, I have a vacuum seal armor suit that I kind of wear all the time.
Yeah.
For those of you at home, Cass and I just fist bumped. So there you go.
All right.
Vacuum seal armor suits,
Yep.
damn it.
No one asked what was in it, so I'm not gonna tell them.
I mean, unless it's compressed poison gas.
No.
It's like, hey, they sent us a package. I wonder what's in it. Ah, aerosol acid, my face.
Oh my.
Timing. Because as Matt's saying this, I read on his Facebook, what does happen if you die in D&D? Do you just stop coming to the sessions? It's like,
No.
in real life.
The TNT
takes you
out
out the
there.
back and shoots you like a lame horse.
Anyway, not long after that, I'd say maybe an hour, you get a message to your shuttle from one of Reyna's aides, apparently, who, well, aides in air quotes, with all of the necessary paperwork and paper trail for the objects you're transporting into the fountain. With a hallmark of efficiency, that stuff begins to filter into the docking bay where your shuttle's docked, and begins to be loaded on your ship.
Sweet.
So, my intrepid band of spacefarers, with the required necessities for your job acquired, what do?
So Rylan's gonna be like standing next to the open docking bay, watching all this stuff move in and out, and he's just whoever happens to be nearby.
So who's ready to go fly into a war zone?
Leah just kind of gives a thumbs up, like, yeah, this will be awesome.
Cassie, you're muted.
Why am I muted?
I don't know. Why did you mute?
I didn't.
You were probably eating.
I was probably coughing. Yeah, I said I raised 2 fingers.
Weird.
Well, so did we ever get a date this stuff needs to arrive by?
Wasn't it in like a week or so?
I don't think we can travel that fast in 1 week.
See how far we go. We just get docked pay then.
So Josh,
Yes.
what was the? Do we have if there was a timetable at all for any of this?
You were not given a timetable for the test package at all.
So for either one.
No, the missile to the pirates is pretty underneath the table, so it arrives when it arrives. And the test stuff, there is a note in Reyna's thing that officials from test will contact you, but there is no like established timetable there.
Okay. You're muted again. I don't know, maybe you're having the same issue Annie was.
I don't know. Discord just quit on me all of a sudden, and I had restarted. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yay! That's happening at least.
I was gonna say, weren't we supposed to transport
Keep talking.
the thing to test is like as soon as possible or fairly quickly, because we, bragged about being able to do that quickly?
As soon as possible.
There's that. I just wanting to make sure. That's all.
It's just not stated in the contract of the job.
Yeah.
I'll be back in just a second.
There does seem to be the acknowledgement that, hey, you know, Fountain's a war zone. Stuff arrives when it arrives. When it can. So yeah, that's a thing.
Got a little distracted by the crab.
Gross.
A crab?
The one in the comedy channel.
Oh.
He's
Right.
adorable. Anyway,
I took that to a completely different direction.
Matt left the room for a moment.
Okay.
Other people can talk.
Yeah.
Maybe other people can't talk because they're coughing too much.
The illness and the brain numbing, it's hard to overcome.
I think we've all got a little bit of that.
Okay. So, I'm gonna make perhaps a momentary thought here. Are you guys probably gonna head back to the main vessel first and offload?
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
You weren't there to begin with?
No, we had taken down like a transport shuttle down.
Yep.
Or whatever it's called.
Yeah, you have a shuttle that you use to come there, and you put the ship in
Somewhere.
orbit with pretty much on its own power. Actually, I remember there was talk of leaving one player. I think actually the dock, wasn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the-
Annie was gonna stay on the dock. Leah.
But she didn't.
But
No.
we needed her.
Because it ended up being, don't split the party. Don't split the party.
It's okay, guys. This is an action movie. You can split the party.
But that's how we got the extra job.
It's true.
Anyway,
So, you know, it all works out.
It-
so we take all the new supplies that we got on the transport up to the ship.
Oh yeah, there was a bit of once you guys got loaded up and paid your payment in advance, you guys kind of spent a lot of cash, didn't you? Didn't people?
I actually forgot about that.
Some people did. I didn't actually do anything because I was really busy being sick this week.
It's all right.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Literally, I think I haven't talked to any of you in a week. So it's like, I'm just going to cough and die on the call. So I literally disappeared for a week. I'm sorry.
No, I had the flu. I had to go home from work.
Indeed.
I spent some money.
Yes. So in here, at this point, we're going to insert a little montage. A little montage of the party splitting up and flooding through this neon-soaked space station and buying the crap out of things. Some of the most odd items you've seen.
Hookers and blackjack.
Light comes back in a fur coat, you know.
I got a bobblehead of Suna's character.
Oh my god.
Leah comes back with a little, like, wagon of snacks.
I should probably wait for Matt to get back on this one. But apparently he's like swinging his little thing around anyway. Like he keeps measuring distances.
He's
That's
not
a darker
here.
purple, so that's probably Emily's.
That would be me.
God dang it.
I need to go. You know what? I don't think I've ever even had time to like get the extra stuff for my character that I'm supposed to have for leveling up. Sorry.
It's okay. You didn't take your advance?
No, I didn't, because I'm a bum.
Damn it, you bum!
Just kick a girl while she's down, why don't you?
That's the sound of me kicking underneath my desk ineffectually.
Nice job. Nice job.
I'm the best DM, you know? Kicking players while they're down, planning total party kills. Yeah, best DM. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I better not sing that. We'll get copyrighted. Yeah, we're gonna get another copyright strike.
No shit.
No, you can
Well,
comment as long as you're not doing the whole thing.
I'd
No,
say,
making
depends
money
on how
on-
good your audio, your print pitch is for certain things.
That's true. That's true.
Disney and Nintendo don't take no shit.
So Annie, while we're waiting on Matt, let's get this taken care of then.
Oh, okay.
Your advance. You can gain a new edge. You can increase a skill that is equal to or greater than its linked attribute by 1 die. You can increase 2 skills that are lower than their linked attribute by 1 die. You can buy a new skill at a D4, or you can increase 1 attribute by 1 die type.
Let me look. The one that makes sense. No, piloting's already 1 over my die. I can make my knowledge astrogation a D8, because that would be 1 more than the smarts 6 that I have.
Uh-huh.
Let's do that, because let's be honest, I'm not thinking on all my cylinders at the moment. And that seems the most practical.
Okay. Done and done.
Thank you. I'm assuming you're taking care of this for me.
Yeah, just did.
Thank God. Can you tell I'm tired and don't feel good?
Yeah, that's about where some people were last week. Hi, Belle.
Hi.
Wait, how much do I pay for my suit thing? Because I was going to get the basic suit.
Oh,
Basic thing.
the basic
The
spacesuit.
suit?
Yeah.
Smart suit's so much better.
Yeah, but I
It
don't
even
know.
minimizes weight.
You should get a force field, actually.
Get a force field.
Well,
No,
I
'cause-
have like the most money because I'm not really spending my money. So
Well, neither am I. But I'm saying you should get a force field because they have more armor soak or whatever. Like
Mhm.
they'll stop more things.
can I still have the space fact suit thing? Because I don't want to die in space. And I don't think a force field has life support.
Does it?
What?
Does a force field have?
Life support?
No.
Okay.
I'm like, basic.
Hey, you know,
basics.
She could be like a fucking weird Star Wars physics thing.
Yes.
Anyway, Josh,
Yep.
how do I add the things?
How do you add the things to what?
Equipment.
There's a button called Add.
There we go.
You boop the button.
I did that. Okay, there we go. Now I need to go find what page I'm supposed to copy information out of.
That would be on page... Where'd it go? Where'd it go? No! Okay. Glide suit, space suit. That's on page 17.
I'll be right back. 17.
And now we've lost both of them in a replay of last week.
Bum, bum, bum.
Remind me, Annie, if I do get to go in June to the wedding.
Okay.
Remind me to deliberately walk up to Matt's parents and Matt's family and go, "Stop interrupting my game."
I don't know. I'm actually. I need to get on my sister's case about that again. Actually, I have already reserved our hotel rooms. My sister's job is to reserve our train tickets and our rental car that we have to get.
True enough.
Well, it's a 10-hour drive through Portland for us to get there.
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
back.
wanna drive
Hello, back.
so.
Nice to meet you.
Are you talking about my wedding?
Welcome back.
No, we weren't talking about anything. I'm certainly not making any plans, no.
Oh, I thought Annie was on the phone.
Welcome back. So, Matt, we just had a shopping montage
Yeah.
where people picked up things.
I picked up a
Music in the background. It was amazing.
bobblehead of Suna.
Wait, so we had a montage? That means there was music. That means we're gonna get another copyright strike. Damn it, Josh!
Not my fault.
Yes, it is. You're the one that runs the jukebox. It is provably your fault.
I should probably,
Nope, not my fault.
20 so I have any montage music.
It's pretty much just been beep boop stuff up to this point. It's all been ambience. So, with montage done, I had a very important question.
I have an extension to the montage.
Okay, what's your extension?
I was gonna have Rowan pick up more ammo.
Yeah, that's probably pretty much what I figured your part of the montage would be. Just you and gun shops fondling things.
Like, this one's explodey and phallic.
Can I, yeah, pretty much figure out what I got later?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
I'll
can
just
sit and
run
figure
on
that
what
out.
I currently have for this session.
Not a problem. So, with montage done, everyone hops on the shuttle, heads back to the main ship, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
As a heads up for everybody, though, there is a little, like, 2-foot tall quadrupedal. It's a scorpion with 4 legs, but it's a robot that's now following Relin around.
It has now been labeled adorable by the doctor.
Its name is S9ID0R. Well, that's its designation. Coming up with a name later.
How dare you doom it to such an ugly... That would be a
I
very
feel like
ugly name.
Relin's voice should change every session because of the telepathic voice.
Why don't you just name the doors Door then?
Hey, I'm not the one who
It
gave
has
it its designation.
It has to have a cutesy name so when it kills someone, it's the meaning.
Yeah, and, I would name it after the legendary flying insectoid monster Butterfree, but you know what? I haven't decided what's going to be most appropriate yet. And this is when Casey dies.
As Light just makes her way to her own area with her pimp hat and, jewel encrusted walking stick. No,
say, what is she doing with the walking stick?
Caught a pimp cane.
That's
You don't need it to walk, but it could still be used to assert authority.
Or assault, you know, one or the other.
It's called smack a hoe.
Sometimes food. Sometimes Johns need beat. You need a good pimp stick to do the beatings with.
This is all happening while you're flying, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, should I have rolled anything for the flying?
No, it's fine.
I don't know.
I don't know how this is happening. My character doesn't actually have any of these things. Somehow the conversation has started.
Apparently, this is actually happening. She did walk in a fur coat and pimp hat with a pimp cane, and now we're having a discussion where the mermaid teaches us how to smack Johns around. This is canon at this point.
My character didn't pick up any of these things, but like somehow we're still on this conversation. Maybe she said something about thinking about it.
She's remembering her times back as being part of the crime stuff.
She was never a pimp.
Once upon a time, Raina decided that I should moonlight as a pimp for her in that evening. It was a fun couple of nights. Anyway, you dock with the vessel. Jack's voice comes on over the intercom. Welcome back. It's good to see you didn't get shanked in a dark alley. I estimated there was a 23% chance of that happening.
You know, the more that he talks, the less comfortable I am being on this ship. It's a good thing that it's a really full ship.
The other thing I probably should have mentioned and asked, did anyone buy any provisions for the ship?
That's what I was saying we bought.
Okay.
Like, that was on my ideal list of things.
Yeah, when we'd been talking about it before, we said that we're gonna, like, the kind of consensus that we came up with was we were gonna buy, like, 2 months worth of food.
Okay, 2 months of food out of the opening. Alright, we'll have to get a number on that.
But
Oh?
Yeah, because part of the thing is it's like, hey, this is the cost of provisions to run the crew for this much. We are literally running an order of magnitude less than the listed crew size for the ship.
Right.
plus, like,
So, go ahead.
we got like 2 months worth of like real food, but we'll still be able to have the fabricated stuff if it somehow takes us longer than that to get more, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing I'd say is that would be fairly obvious. Fountain doesn't have any habitable planets that would produce food, so it's all hydroponics, chemically created, or shipped in. So nowhere really to
So it's
scavenge.
still not great.
Yeah. So once you get in there, there's nowhere really to scavenge food from.
An entire sector of space and no life-sustaining planets. Why are people fighting over this again?
Minerals!
Minerals.
You require more minerals.
Bitch, I will smack you with my best wing gas.
But yes, that's why. So, as you are offloaded, are you going to offload the shuttle or keep it everything stocked on there?
Well, we need to offload the torpedo.
Okay.
To the pirates.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So,
would say everything else should be left because we'll have to deliver it and move things twice.
Well,
Cassie, if you're gonna mess with your plate, that's when you need to mute, because that's really loud.
personal supplies we can offload onto the ship.
Yes, it's true.
Like Leah's wheelbarrow of snack food.
Yep. That just sparked right in Leah's room.
Yeah, because Pilot is not going to go all the way down to the hangar every time she wants to snack.
So, as you are offloading the torpedo, you get it properly stowed in the cargo bay, and Jack appears in the cargo bay itself, as well as wherever everyone else is. Kind of, I'd say your little like wrist bracelets that mark you as crew beep. You hear his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Could I please have an officer or officers to the bridge? It seems that we are receiving a hail from a Lady Ungoliant from Test, their freelancer division.
Well, I guess part of the question is, would anybody be helping Roland? Because he's probably just going to float from shuttle to cargo section, just telekinesising the shit out of things.
No, it looks like he's got it.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's kind of self-sufficient. Just like, whatever.
Good thumbs up. Good job, Rellin. And head that way.
Yeah. To the bridge, I think.
I think we'll all get our own individual stuff, but yeah. I'll help what I can.
Actually, I should move from the starbase.
Now, the out of character question of who has more charisma and wants to answer the call.
I have it too.
Honestly,
Not it.
I'll go and answer the call since
Let's say I have 4 charisma.
I don't have great charisma, but I have that,
Almost everybody.
the fact that I was the one who made the deal with the last thing.
You're kind of the closest thing we have to a face.
Kinda, yeah.
Even though my charisma isn't all that great.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's like a noble pedigree, so it's kind of
Yeah, I
like,
know.
what else are we gonna do with this useless rich person?
Oh! I'd be careful. I'd be careful.
Walking occupational hazard.
As an aside, I'm going to, on the ship's stats, I'm going to, at the top, put in a thing for, put in another stat entry for, money put towards our debt on that.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so what all officers go to the bridge to engage in this call? Is it just Aussie or
Couldn't hear over Kazakov.
Leo would follow, just sit in the pilot's chair, but like, just kind of hang out.
I guess Doctor's gonna stand back and help him pack.
okay? So Aussie, Light, and Leah are in the bridge at this moment.
I want to go look at the spider lady.
Okay. So, as you get to the bridge, and all get into relatively your positions, Jack nods and connects the communication. Boop. Gonna have just show Aussie, and that's about what the what this species looks like.
Out of curiosity, this is the one that's from the faction we're helping, right?
Yes, she's from Test, or at least you believe it's a she. she's kind of a, you know, hyper-evolved spider. And so...
tell the spiders apart.
Yes. So she does appear as this race. This is a more generic version of their species. She's dressed in a number of very clerical-looking robes, vaguely feminine in design, at least as far as coloration and shaping. But they seem to like, pretty much just like strips of cloth draped from them rather than actually wearing solid clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And she puts her hands together in kind of like a prayer motion and bows her head. And begins to issue forth a series of rasps and clicks, which Jack begins to translate. So you get kind of a light effect of she's talking in computer voice.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I recognize the crew on behalf of the Test Freelancer Division. My name is Lady Ungoliant. I understand you've taken our job from the officials at Anorada.
She actually will do that, the same bow back, and says, yes, I am Asi, and this is Leah and Light in the End of Steps. They are part of our crew.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Wait, it was Light that was there, right?
Yeah, it's Light and
Okay.
Leah. I'm merely contacting you to ensure that we open up a proper vector for your arrival, and to ensure that our logistics are properly planned.
She nods. Is that your Roomba?
That's Matt's spider bot that he's playing with.
So, add a character by opening up a vector. Like, what?
She means like. Anyway, she basically continues. How long do you believe that it will take you to arrive, and which of our sectors do you believe you will be entering into?
I'm going to make an astrogation roll.
Let me also
Because-
switch to the space map real quick so that we can.
Didn't they need this thing taken to a particular spot, or were we just delivering it to them?
You were delivering it to them. They specifically, you were delivering it to their headquarters for deployment. What you're delivering is basically a bunch of equipment that interferes with the production of wormholes. Okay.
And can I have, going into this astrogation roll, also taking into consideration the pirates? Because
That's what I was about to say,
do that
because
first.
I've basically established that, like, the jump 4 spaces from there took about 4 days, 4 to 5 days. So jumping to, you need to head here for the, wait. You need to head here for the pirates. That didn't show up on
Are you
my...
writing on the GM layer again?
Yeah.
Oh,
I see it.
right. So, right there for the pirates. So it'd probably be about 3 to 4 days to there. And then their sectors are these purple ones here, with their headquarters being right there in System 10 Satyr.
So if about five sexes to there, the from where we are to the pirates, 3 to 4. It
We
would be
weren't
about
there anymore, though.
3-ish.
So about
Probably-
so about, like a week.
Yeah, probably about 4 to 5 days to the pirates. And then from there...
Aren't we here now because we went up
No.
to get the stuff and then down to get to Anida?
The previous session, you went from here up to here, where you had 2 radioactive Jovian planets, where you got your fuel and processed it. Then you headed to here, where you're in Anurida. And now you're going from Anurida to here to here.
No, because this is where the ship always was. We went from here to here, here to here.
Yeah, I don't remember if the ship has moved its spot since we started.
It didn't, because when the session started, I had like a bunch of lines already pre-drawn here. This is where Lop's... Right here is where Lop's salvage yard was, where you started from. The Jovian planets were here. And Space Vegas is right here. And you're currently at Space Vegas.
So then for the sake of being able to know what we're doing and where we've been, there's only 2 gas giants in this entire section of a galaxy.
2 that were... we had this conversation last time. 2 that were readily available and easily usable for your process that came irradiated.
And some of that is probably also not already claimed by such and such group or such and such person or whatever.
Yeah, because there's a large gas giant that you're orbiting right now, but that's Space Vegas's property. By the way, can you guys hear the dog?
Will we need to refuel in that time?
No.
No, you won't.
Okay. So, if we were to take normal hyperspace lanes, how long would it take to get there?
Oh, let's see here. Let me look this up in the book and roll some dice.
Because I kind of want to put it in between the hyperspace time and actual time.
Well, you do know.
Okay.
You do know that through this region right here, it's all black. So there's no hyperspace through that region straight to here. Meaning that to take hyperspace lanes, you'd have to go all the way through this region and then up and around into here.
Okay.
So do they have anything that can launch us off this direction, and then we can then go off on our own?
Not that you know of.
Well,
So, but you said that they can send you from a wormhole generator, so does Space Vegas not have a wormhole generator?
No, it does not.
Then how does the periphery continue to exist if everybody's gonna be having to go through it all here during impulse flight?
Because there's hyperlanes between each section in the periphery. But there's no hyperlanes through this black here.
Yes, but that's what I was saying. Is there something to send us over here, and then we can then jump ourselves across?
Yeah, there's hyperlanes this way to this sector here.
so what I was saying, I wasn't saying we should use the hyperlanes. I'm wanting to know how long the hyperlanes would take. Because again, not wanting to reveal to everyone that we have our own wormhole generator.
Okay.
So I want to know if it's going to be about 8 days. Realistically, how long for other people would it take?
Let me just take and get some dice averages here. you calculate it would take on average, this is assuming like, you know, they experience some form of problematic with their hyperspace drive, with hyperspace, you know, traffic, whatever, that it would take an average to go the long way around somewhere around a month to month and 2 weeks.
Okay. So if we had said that it was 8 days, she would know immediately that there was something.
She wouldn't necessarily know we have our personal wormhole generator. We did basically say we have the fastest ship in the
I said
galaxy.
she would know there was something going on. I didn't say what.
But we already bragged that there's something going on.
We bragged that we had a fast ship. I was gonna say, do we want to say 2 weeks? That gives us some extra time just in case something happens with the pirates.
Sure.
Buffers are
I'm in the
always
cargo
good.
bay.
You could also easily take an inefficient wormhole route that, you know, would get you there in that time to deliberately obfuscate the truth.
We're also technically right now on an open comm with this lady.
Right.
So, Cassie, I mean, you're asking us out of character. In character, we can't answer that question.
I just know it's been a couple weeks since we all got together and we had talked about not saying.
Hello.
Not
Hi,
releasing.
Tuna.
That's why I was confused. Or that's why I was asking. Anyway,
Yeah, this is a thing that would have been planned out beforehand.
Another sick one! Gasps.
No.
so since we kind of touched on it last time, what was the consensus? Were we going to take hyperspace lanes? Or were we going to just be awesome?
Well, since I'm not going to be running since I'm not going to be able to like track our current position, because you know UPS we ain't. If we wanted to, there's something we could do as far as trying to help with some additional money stuff. Because could we jump from Lock's Yard to one of their areas in a single jump?
Yeah, you could do that. The great thing about Wormhole is that it can pierce through basically the black. So yeah, you could jump from Lob's Yard to there.
I was just wanting to make sure it was in range, because how's this for an idea? Because if you tell them 2 weeks, that's a month of wiggle room time. So what if we jump Space Vegas to the their UPS missile, and said, hey, we have to wait on a contact for a few weeks. You want us to help you out with our factory setup in conjunction with yours?
So it's gonna be like,
And then we could just jump when we need to be there.
4 days, 2 days, and so a week here, and then, or not quite a week, like 3 days here, because then it would take about 3 days to get here again.
That works for me.
I'm trying to figure out why you did say we would only have a week then. Because we have a month of wiggle room, and we only bring up like he's doing that.
She asked us how long it would take us to get there. If we say it would take us 2 weeks to get there, then we only have 2 weeks of wiggle room.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about everything we said 2 weeks. Never mind.
Well, either way,
I mean,
Cassie,
I could say 3 weeks.
Either way, Cassie, you're the one doing the negotiations. You do need to make a call. Cause
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
we can be there in about 3 weeks.
Alright, 3 weeks. That is an entirely 2 weeks ahead of what our last delivery from Enoradad took. Which of our regions would you be entering into?
Satyr.
Alright. Do you have, with your astrogation check, you can probably give her also specific coordinates where you would be entering.
Okay.
How much do you want to keep up this obfuscation of your, like, you know, your ship's special power?
Basically, I'm hoping that if I say, 3 weeks, that it's more like it's a fast ship and we understand our astrogation pretty well to navigate through things faster.
Right.
So, can we wormhole to an approximate place?
Yeah, you could jump to a approximate place to a. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, essentially what Matt said was what I was trying to say.
Right. Yeah, you could easily do that. Set up an open meeting point in Satyr.
Okay. We can meet at these coordinates and pass them along.
Okay. This is acceptable to us. We shall arrange to have a patrol in the area to ensure your security. After all, this is a war zone. Incursion is common.
Mm-hmm.
Do you also have a channel to your ship that you would like tactical information on the region sent to for control of sector shifts almost on a weekly basis here?
That would be useful. If you're willing, then yes.
Alright, we shall allow your AI to handle that if that is fine.
Yes.
Alright. I look forward to your arrival. You will be a great help to our war effort here.
She nods and bows again. I look forward to meeting you.
And with that, she says some words you don't understand. They are obviously some form of religious incantation.
Mm-hmm.
And then it closes comms.
It's a cleric. Kill it.
It is a cleric.
Kill it like the person in the comedy channel?
Well, I was just thinking
Yeah,
they're
that's-
also spider, so
Use fire.
Squish it.
Flaming arrows.
Yeah, I feel bad for that dude, by the way, in comedy. That is the worst way to die.
That was, yeah.
That's what happens when you provoke an attack of opportunity in mass combat.
That's what happened to Sammy.
Anyway,
So,
Alright.
we're done with that discussion?
Yep, done with that discussion.
So what did I miss?
Well,
A
I
lot.
got a bobblehead of you.
You have a bobblehead of me?
yes, she
your
does.
character.
Yeah, that's...
And now she's gonna start the squeaky laughs. Just wait.
In addition to that,
He's sticking out too.
let us go to the drawing board map so that drawing boarding can happen. They also met Lady Ungoliant of the Freelancers Division of Test, and
Wait, her
arranged.
name is Lady Cow.
Her name is Lady. No, not Ungoliant. It's a It's a reference to something, specifically Lord of the Rings.
Apparently, we're really bad Lord of the Rings fans.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder about that myself because I cannot think of it.
Ungoliant is the spider that gave birth to all of the giant spiders, basically. The, like, Shelob and everything. That's her mom.
Oh, dear lord.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm Googling this. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I thought you were saying ungulate.
Yeah, no,
which is... Okay.
Yeah, Ungoliant.
Yeah, I found it. Apparently, giant fucking spider, it breaks the rules just on principle.
Yep. Either way. So, yes, you met her and arranged the details of your job, which I have committed to memory.
You mean recorded on YouTube?
Yes! Yes! The better memory. In addition to that, Suna, there was a shopping montage. We unloaded everything into the ship. Congratulations, you're on the ship.
Yay!
We unloaded you too.
Oh, also you met,
Dylan moved you.
Dirty.
you got to meet Jack, but, Jack has not acknowledged your character's presence, so let's unpack that right now. So, while Galena is helping, I'm going to assume that you were probably helping Relin unload things.
She is big muscles. She's heavy weapons, dog.
A small, like,
girl.
a small hollow light emits from the floor, and suddenly you're face to face with a neon green, basically a cartoon rabbit.
What do you... Oh, wait, on.
What do you want, Jack?
You didn't tell me that you'd be bringing new crew on.
Oh, by the way, we're bringing more crew on. She has big guns. She should help.
We didn't expect to bring another.
Bear back.
We
Hello,
shall.
I have big weapons. I'm very useful. I'm a good girl.
I am sure you are. We should get her a crew tag. What would you like her registered as?
Is this on open comms for everyone?
Sure. It's feeding through your,
Then, yeah, since Matt is AFK. Same as the rest of us?
confirmed.
What is this tagging? I do not understand.
It goes on your collar.
Or your wrist, or your ankle, or whatever suitable appendage you might have.
Did you just assume she wears a collar?
Sorry, we had a door.
We had somebody knocking on the door.
That's fine. Anyway, yeah, and so he seems to, the hologram in front of you, Suna, seems to take a moment, kind of looks up at the ceiling. Done. And then he fades away as a wall panel of the cargo bay opens up with a hiss, and a small Roomba-like droid floats out, carrying in it a small black bracelet in its little, like, manipulator arms. And it floats up to Galena and holds up the little bracelet for her.
She just looks at it with the biggest eyes. It slowly takes it. And she looks at everyone. You're giving me a gift? I will treasure it forever and ever. Her tail's wagging back and forth.
Galena, I mean, it's just an access bracelet. It doesn't mean that you're, like, free from slavery now or something.
No, no.
No!
Let her keep this mind, because maybe it won't get into other people's hands then.
I will treasure it forever. This beautiful bracelet. It is very black and stretchy, but I will wear it always.
And this is gonna reinforce why she's my new favorite. This is hilarious.
Matt, your spiders are infesting everything.
You saw it on the main map. They're not spiders, they're scorpions. Sting, sting, motherfuckers.
Well, this is why I had the foresight to include a drawing board map where you could just draw on it.
Oh my eye.
He actually read Are You My Mommy to work today.
Oh gods. What if I unleashed? Alright, so
And to be fair, there's a hyphen in that designation thank you. And it's S9I
Is it?
hyphen D0R.
So with that,
Oh.
I believe we can move forward on the plan.
Sure.
All right. To the pirates.
So there's
Okay, so there's gonna be a plan that Realm's gonna suggest. So pretty much he's gonna go over the ship's PA or whatever to say.
So before we come out of before we actually set a arrival point for our wormhole to get to the pirate space, can you guys make sure to put our exit point at a coordinate where we might be able to have some sort of cover and use that awesome stealth system that Locke gave us?
I'd be cool with that. Do I have to make another astrogation roll?
Yes, you do.
I will assist.
Okay. I'm gonna throw something at you real quick. As you begin to try and track for astrogation, you notice a lot of basically technobabble interference around that sector. So take the astrogation at a -2.
Okay.
So in other words, they're jamming shit.
Well, Leah
I
was
got-
assisting me.
4 and a 5.
4 and a 5? Okay.
Yeah.
What?
If you subtract the 2 from
Oh.
the rolls you guys did.
Yeah, Leah was assisting me. And
Indeed. So, assisting is for each raise that you get, right? Yeah, assisting is a +1 for each success and an additional +1 for each raise.
Okay, so she got the success for the 4, for getting
Yeah.
a total of 4 anyway.
Okay. But yeah, you're able to properly plan your, you do get your requisite success. You are able to properly plan a course, despite the interference that exists on that, that level around that system.
okay. So yes. Here we go. Now how do we control the stealth? Press a button.
Press the button.
Largely.
Boop.
Hit the button, they gave me a smoothie.
You push a button. One of the lasers goes off.
No!
Roland just
I
glares
was
at her.
pushing a smoothie button, damn it.
I do not believe that we have
looking at
installed a
that.
muffin button.
I would imagine it would be the button that looks jerry-rigged as shit next to the main console.
No, she has the smoothie button. Muffin button is different. The muffin button protects you through faster than light travel until you can crash on another planet.
We should probably install a muffin button.
A muffin button?
Aren't those called escape pods?
No, because you can't eat them once you land on once you crash land on the planet.
Also, Josh, why did the stealth stuff not get put into the stat block?
I don't know. I just copied the stat block you gave me and put it there. That's why I'm like, you have stealth stuff? Because I don't remember us. I don't remember us discussing stealth stuff when we were respecking the ship.
Okay, so all the stealth system does is it's like radar absorbing paint, heat babble, scramblers, and other devices make the ship difficult to detect by vision or sensors. Those trying to spot, attack, or lock onto the ship subtract 4 from their rolls.
Okay.
The effect is triggered as a free action, but is negated any round in which the ship fires a weapon or emits some other non-cloakable signal, such as radio signal or active sensor search.
I do remember hearing this one.
Okay. But yeah, if it wasn't on the thing, I didn't copy it into the thing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that it was probably just a transcribing thing, because I also know that we put it through the chat like 3 different times as it was getting worked on.
Indeed, we did.
That is also true.
I'm just scrolling up to double check.
If it's there, I should have pinned it too. Yep, there it is.
Yeah. It says there is a stealth system. If you hit search. Matt, did you find it?
Well, I found the last one that was put on there, and it didn't get put onto that one.
Here.
I get, Cassie, that it was on one of them. I'm just trying to make sure that this one actually has its totals right.
That looked like it was the last one that was on there.
Crew reduction, AI, AMCM, deflector screen, Z shift, shield, speed, targeting system, self-regenerative hull, hangar, factory, tractor beam, galactic sensor suite, and maneuvering thrusters. Blarg. And there's one Josh posted. Okay, there. I can't find things. Piece of crap.
The one I linked is the last one that I said.
That's the dropship.
Oh, okay.
That one's size 8. Ours is size 16. Well, apparently, I think I pulled it off then to give us additional cargo space. I guess. Right, because the stealth system took mod slots equivalent to size.
Oh yeah, because you have to cover the entire ship in it.
Yeah, because of all the heat baffles and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so there we go. So no, we don't have a stealth system, so completely ignore that, all that stuff.
We astrogate to a place where people can't really see the wormhole then,
Okay.
instead of... Yeah.
Okay. So. It's alright. We have a, another period of which the crew is under travel. I believe, how long did we say? About 4 or 5 days?
We said like 4 days.
4 days? Yeah. I can give it 4 days. To the actual pirate sector. You exit into the far realm of the sector, I'd assume, because you want to keep your distance correct. Alright, this gives you a chance to scan the sector, which Jack does just on his own. DM rolls some dice. Okay. And gets you a good overlay for the region. Basically, there's not a whole lot out here. There's about 3 ice planets, 3 rock planets, and a very large asteroid field. The pirate base is on one of the largest asteroids in the asteroid field itself, or asteroid belt. It's got a red dwarf star. You also start to get a closer scan of, because you got a raise, of what it was.
Hold on, so trying to be sneaky, we're going to jump into the system and immediately ping out a scan?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Well, can people detect our scans?
No, they couldn't detect your scans.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to be sure, because that's like one of the things that's specifically listed in the stealth system that would stop it from working.
Oh.
That's why I wanted to clarify. So, it's up to you on how you want to rule that.
Well, it could be that...
Yeah.
There's, to make like the submarine comparison, there's a difference between active sonar and passive sonar. Passive sonar is you don't send out a ping, you're just listening to what other things are sending out. Active sonar would be you send out a ping, and then that's going to get you more accurate information, but it does kind of let everyone know where you are.
Right.
But again, that's sound. So.
Right. Okay then. I was just having Jack listen in on the on what your sensor picked up when you entered the system.
Okay.
But you do have a point, like, yeah, if you were actively scanning for things, you could. But yeah. So what it gets you is, again, he gets you the map of the system. There's 3 ice planets. You're on the far side of the system. There's an asteroid belt right in the middle of the system. There's 3 rock planets and a red dwarf star. Pirate base, which you already kind of knew this. This was told to you by the guy you're delivering from, is on the largest asteroid in the asteroid belt. And he picks up with his sensor a lot of interference coming from the base. Though without an active scan, you probably can't determine why that interference is there.
Well, ultimately, whatever they're doing to cause it, unless it's a wormhole jammer, then that's probably. Oh, sorry, my butt.
Well, whatever they're doing to cause all that interference, whatever they're doing to cause all that interference, unless it's a wormhole jammer, it's really not going to be a problem for us. So if we get the torpedo loaded up, I can start calculating a trajectory to shoot it out of our out of the railgun and slingshot it around some stuff so that we can be well out of range, or well out of any of their ranges, and it should get to them.
All they said was that we had to drop it off. They didn't say we had to talk to them.
Pretty much.
Swatch.
We're probably not going to be able to watch it too well, you know, across the solar system unless we are going to start active scans, in which case they may be able to do an in-system jump and pretty much end up right on top of us.
All right.
No, I'm killing all of your fun. I'm a terrible person. Wah, wah, wah.
The only good pirate is a dead one.
And I agree, but we are not a warship.
There are also only a few of us. Let's just shoot the thing off and leave.
Yeah. So, Galena?
Yes.
Galena. That's Suna.
Suna.
That would be me.
You're Leah. Galena, if you want to run around with some of the stabbies and knifies and whatnot that are running around on the floor, make sure that we can get this torpedo brought over to the railgun and get it loaded. I'll start calculating out the trajectory. And if everybody else can keep an eye on the sensors, make sure that nobody notices we're here, that would be fantastic. Leia, that's largely going to be your thing.
Or lights.
I'm sorry, because I apologize ahead of time. I have horrible hearing. So what I got out of that was that, because I was trying to follow along, Galena is supposed to help load up the railgun, correct?
Yes.
With the torpedo.
Alright. Will there... excuse me.
And the robots are helping you.
Yes.
Okay, I'll gladly do this. For bracelets, I'd do anything.
Well,
Oh yeah, did we give her a bracelet?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
okay.
So what I'm thinking is, if we can we have Leah do like a piloting roll and a stealth roll to try and see if we're able to make sure that we're next to something that, like, if they pinged a thing, we can have our sensor like all.
Like hide behind a planet?
Yeah, like hide behind a planet. Try and mask our signal, try and shut down as many unnecessary things as we can to mitigate how much signal we might be detectable on.
Considering you're distant in the galaxy, yeah, you can manage that.
Sweet.
Without me having to roll.
No, you still need to roll, yes. Make a piloting check and a stealth check.
Why does encumbrance count against piloting?
I do not know.
Ignore that part.
Yeah, I'm going to ignore it in this case.
Because it also then took my wild die away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
So
I
she
roll
rolled a
it?
7.
Well, all that matters is that you get 4 or higher on one of the dice. So. Alright.
Then I'm gonna roll a shooting, but I get to use the ship's targeting computer, which gives me negates 2 points of negatives from a shooting action. Which, considering he's slingshotting stuff around, like, that's kind of the nice part, because it's a physical projectile. It'll retain its inertia. And so it's pretty much, it's rocket science. We're literally doing rocket science. No, it doesn't give me a +2. I negate penalties.
Okay.
Which is good, because I was going to throw some penalties at this. Alright, though. Yeah, you can more or less do some math. Actually, would you like to have Jack help you on that one?
Sure, he can roll an assist. He gets like D10 on everything that he can do with the ship.
He does, and he'd probably be very helpful on charting and apoapsis and, you know, escape velocities. Okay, so yeah, he gives you a +1 on it.
Sweet. So we get a total of an 8. So we have a raise.
Yep. So yes, you can, and that more than compensates for any negatives I'd give for, like, yeah, you're good at shooting, but how good is your physics? But yeah, so yeah, you can easily get a slingshot going and shoot the missile close enough to that asteroid belt to, when it finally does hit that point where its little computer activates and sends it jetting off towards the space base.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet. So at that point,
Alright guys, Jack and I got the path for the missile figured out when we figured out the railgun, and then once it gets close enough it'll fire its engines and go probably break itself on the hull of the base, but you know, whatever. All we know, they're having a battle over there and there's not going to be a base by the time it gets there.
So now it's time to go to lab.
Pretty much. Everybody ready to, well, because this firing this thing is going to kind of, like, at this distance, it's probably going to be still a little bit harder to detect, but we're firing a high energy railgun. Do we want to have, we probably want to have the wormhole wound up and ready to go so that we can use it shortly after we fire.
So we would have had it wound up and ready to go? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what else I can take off of the voice to make it any more any easier to understand.
Lower the timber, maybe?
It is at 0.05. It is at 0.05.
We'll play with it more later. Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. So short version. If we can try and get an astrogation roll set up.
Okay. Who would like to make the astrogation roll as the Z shift charges?
And I'll assist.
Okay, I can do it. Hopefully. Oh shit!
Hey, look, a motorcycle.
Yay! We are getting out of here.
Get the hell out. Okay. You, Cassie, looking at the math and figuring out, you're like, okay, even with the -2 that you still have because of the interference, you're like, wait, you know, with the interference in this area, I could probably use it to slingshot us and make this trip only take a day. Which, I'd make it even less than that. But it's already only 2 days. I can't make it in about any less than that.
We get there in an hour. I'd take this.
So yeah.
Like, half a day.
Yeah, you could get there in 12 hours.
I'd be good with 12 hours, or we go completely undetected.
Or both.
I'll give it to you guys. Discuss. Completely undetected from the pirates, or you get there in 12 hours.
We have 3 raises. Can we have both?
Son of a bitch. Oh, by the way, Matt, by the way, keeping in mind, you have to slingshot this thing around 2 planets.
We have 3 raises.
No. I'm just because that's not even in the question. Yes, you can get away undetected, and hell, you can get away undetected and in 12 hours. I'll even give the 3rd raise and tell you exactly what it is, that Cassie can figure out exactly what's causing the interference. on her third raise.
Oh, cool. Okay.
There's a wormhole in this sector.
Shoot.
That's what's causing the interference, is that there's a open, active wormhole in this sector. And it's messing with the space that your wormhole would go through.
So it's a naturally occurring one.
Potentially.
It's a wormhole.
Or not. Yeah, it's just a wormhole. You just recognize the type of interference we're getting is there's another wormhole open in this sector. That's why our things. But yeah, so also, but to hit it, Matt, the missile you just fired is going to get to that base in maybe a month.
Whatever. That's not my problem. We weren't given a timetable.
True enough.
So the question is...
Okay, so you're saying that there is an open wormhole. Open enough that it has been messing with us from 4 days ago, when you were setting up our astrogation path.
Okay, that makes sense.
Jack corrects it. You could detect it 4 days ago. Really, it messed with us when we had to plan our entry into this area.
Yeah.
It makes sense. They had
Okay.
They had wormhole gate parts in there.
We kind of just shoved our wormhole into the sector, despite there already being a wormhole.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Light, you just said there were wormhole parts in there?
Yeah, they had gate parts in there.
So we just gave the pirates more opportunities to get places. Cool.
We got paid.
You did get paid.
You took the job. And you didn't want to ask.
Hindsight is 20/20. I'm moving on with life. How about the rest of you?
I have bracelets.
Such a
Everything good.
Oh my.
Well, look at it this way. There's every possibility that they might not even detect the torpedo by the time it actually gets to them.
Especially since we're now making another wormhole and leaving and disrupting their wormhole, I guess.
Hey, Jack.
Yes, ma'am.
Likelihood that that thing that we just shot out at them is going to destroy their base. Just a ballpark guess, please.
None. There's no payload.
I give a 0.1% chance of catastrophic accident.
Well, maybe if the universe is kind, that 0.1% will happen. Moving on, let's head over to Locks.
To be fair, we're kind of about to be pirates here shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
Jack, how long would it take for you to record enough of the energy coming from their wormhole to figure out where this one in particular at least is going?
I need an active sensor scan.
Why, it's the thing already put enough energy.
Just because that would give us more of an idea of where it's coming from.
Right.
We could do an active sensor scan since we're out of here in a second anyway.
So the question is, are we curious enough to figure out where that wormhole is going towards?
Are you okay with an active sensor scan before we take off?
That doesn't answer the question.
Let's find out. I want to know now.
Okay. Go ahead and do it. Make sure that the wormhole drive is ready to go, and the moment we have enough data for it, we're just gonna get the hell out of here.
Okay. So now an important question, since I just rolled some dice. Did you fire the missile before, or did you charge the Z shift before or after firing the missile?
We charged it
Before.
charged it before, so we would be ready to go.
Okay. It took 6 minutes to charge.
Okay.
So
So if it So do you usually roll? Do you roll to figure out how long it takes to charge, or is that just it's kind of standard operating procedure?
It is actually got a random element to it. I do roll every single time you say that you're going to charge the Z shift.
Okay.
So.
Does the system ever go to a point of like hours, or is it just a matter of differences in minutes?
It's a matter of differences in minutes. It's your.
Okay.
Let me see here. Where was the record I did? Just to read specifically what I wrote. Where's my? And this is where I both love and curse myself for putting out too many notes. Okay, yeah, it is under normal, non-stressful conditions. The drive takes about 2d6 minutes to charge. If I roll too many ones, you have a malfunction, and at that point it'll take 3d6 additional minutes to charge. Wormholes!
I do appreciate, Sona, that you made it a thought bubble. This entertains me.
He can't speak, he can only think it. Really loud!
I mean, that is what telepathic stuff is, really. Thinking really loud.
Annie moved to the wrong channel.
Oh no.
Welcome back, Annie.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, once it's charged, we hold the charge, we just fire the thing. But we're gonna fire the thing after. Yes, mute my phone. So we're getting the. So we're gonna shoot at the sensor scan. The moment we have enough data, or something bad is on its, going to potentially be an issue, then we're just going to open up our wormhole and get the fuck out.
Yep. So, the Jack begins the sensor scan, and he goes, and he processes for a minute. Roll Jack's die. Which is normally so reliable. Okay, it's pretty reliable. He goes, yep, I got it.
Cool.
They have an open wormhole to... Boom.
Interesting.
To where?
The ransom?
No, to the, boop, right there.
Oh.
The fountain. Specifically Griffin.
Ew.
Oh. And yellow was...
Assholes.
Yellow was the Three Sons. It was the Three Sons. They are a group from Bright Star, and they run a mercenary faction called the Imperium.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so we do all that jazz, and then it pretty much becomes a.
Alright, Leah, punch it.
Don't actually. Go.
As you're about to punch it, Jack posts up a little message. Actually, I believe they just noticed. You zipped away. Sound gets all distorted when you hit the wormhole.
I'm not sure Annie's actually here.
Annie, are you still alive? We love you.
If we start cussing about Annie, she'll be there.
So, damn it, Annie.
Damn it, Annie.
Hi.
Stop killing me.
And there she is.
I had to restart Discord, but the funny thing is when I restart, it says that I'm still in the channel, and it puts me back in with audio.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hoping I get another evening. You'll have an army. Missions. Got a motherfucking Jolteon.
Motherfucking Jolteon! Alright, so, back to Lop's yard.
Aw, look, it's light.
So, as it has stated before, it only takes you about 12 hours. Anything anyone wants to do in those 12 hours?
Rellin is going to play Galena at chess.
You're not actually taking that.
Selena will just pretend she knows how to play chess, but will lose all the time.
Yeah.
The fact that we have a fountain.
She doesn't
Water.
lose. They can never finish the game because she keeps accidentally kicking the board over or knocking around.
She keeps making illegal moves or accidentally knocking it over with her tail.
Yeah.
So,
Or-
Casey, did you say that you were going to go play in the fountain?
I said go abuse the fact that we have a fountain because water. Playing aquatic race.
So yes, you're playing in the fountain.
See, I bring water with me.
Splish splash, I'm taking a bath.
So I guess
Someone on the ship
technically-
is.
Hey, just because I never take off my armor.
Speaking of which, Matt,
No, I'm kidding. What?
speaking of showers and bathing, yours has been malfunctioning for about 2 weeks at this point. It's nothing really too big of a deal. It's just it makes a really loud, because they have sonic showers, obviously, in this ship. You don't actually use water to clean yourself. While unfunction, it makes a constant, really, really high-pitched sound that's kind of unpleasant to listen to.
That's fine, I don't have ears. I'm kidding, I do have ears. At which point, that's going to be you just walk down to Light's freaking mechanical room and be like, fix it.
We just got this thing out of dry dock. Why is it broken?
You
Oh,
need to sound like Guru.
The reaction is, in fact, a light show that does equate to laughter. So it's just like, ha ha.
That's true, because her suit translates the light into voice, so she sounds like Microsoft Sam all the time.
The TTS, ha ha ha. I'm just, ha. Ha. Ha.
There you go. Josh, I'm disappointed in you. You
Uh-huh.
have to have the entire crew represented.
I was getting to that. Naughty boy. There you go, Suna. There's everyone's characters.
Yay, thank you.
The picture's not quite right, but...
No one's picture is exactly quite right, except for Suna's, who drew it herself.
That's true.
You know,
My picture has not enough head tattoos. And
If you find yourself with time, you can find the full description of the character in the character sheet.
It's true. Character descriptions are inside their thingies. Anyway.
So when we get to Lob's place, we're pretty much gonna just kind of hail him right away, be like, "Hey, dude, Need any help for a week?
I did not expect to see you guys back this soon. Also, help for a week?
Yes, Cassie, mute your microphone for a second. Thank you.
Well, we have to. Oh, you remember our whole plan to go try and stick at the audio?
Right.
Well, yeah. Do you want to talk on board? You know, so we're not broadcasting.
Sure, my man.
All right, cool beans. I'll be over there in a minute with the shuttle.
I just warn you, it's my day off, so... Hey, you'll see.
Oh, it's fine. This will be plenty recreational. I mean, as long as you're not going to come out here on, in a mankini with a leopard print thong.
On the little hologram comm, he deliberately looks down at himself, looks back up. Nah, wouldn't think of it.
And then we hear him hurrying to get dressed.
Okay, so we'll see you in a few minutes.
Alright. He gets off comms, or as he gets off comms, you hear him, like, shuffling around to, call up his dudes and get you permission to dock. And yeah, can easily just coast in on the, one of the large ship docks, like before.
Oh, right, we can do that here.
So yeah, Lop arrives in a smoking jacket and pair of silk trousers, cigar in hand. And his prompt first statement,
I liked him.
and his first response is, well, it's not a mankini. So, puts the cigar between his lizard lips. So what's the deal?
Well, the short version is we're going to go off into the fountain. We're going to go kick the crap out of one of his little underlings. But since we're trying to not advertise that, or since we're trying to convince everyone that nothing runs on tachyons, pretty much we have a week to kill, so we don't tip anybody off. Figured that you might want to use Light's factory. Maybe get some extra work done, and we can put it towards the ship.
I think I can do with that, yeah. What's the split?
Well, that's a thing out that...
That's a thing that probably would have been brought up in the 12-hour flight. Or the 4-day flight. So, what kind of split does everybody want to do? Because we can roll... The way that the factory works is we roll, I think it's 2 dice 6, and then we multiply it by like 100 grand. So even if we go half, like 50-50, we have every potential of putting a massive down payment on for the ship.
Cassie, and you're muted. By the way, can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Just checking. I'm now paranoid because there's nothing that tells me that you can't hear me.
All good.
Considering that he's letting us, dock and everything and chill out there, I'm pretty good with 50-50. It's not like you're gonna be able to do anything else while we're here.
We're already pretty much capped off on fuel.
Running all his own materials, we should probably be prepared to offer him a 60-40 with 60 in his favor, if 50-50 is acceptable.
That was a very fast car.
Yep. Very loud, too.
Honestly, I would go with more than 60% just because he's essentially our bank that's owed, and we, for max for fuel, we don't need anything else specifically pending. why not take a big chunk out of our debt to him? Especially since it's free time right now for him, or for us.
Well, that's... If we're giving him more than 60%, that's not putting a big chunk off of our debt.
Yes, it is. He would be getting 60% of what we make.
Oh,
Our original debt was only like 4.5 million.
I was thinking 50% goes to our debt, and then he gets 50% for him because he's making the things.
That's what I thought was going on.
I would say anytime we give him money, that needs to be going to our debt.
Right.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we'd kind of touched on before, where we were going to, anytime that we make we got paid X amount for a job, we were gonna, each crew member gets a share, and the ship itself gets a share for like just general supplies and improvements later, or equipment or whatever, and then another share is paying LOP.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why right now we have 112,000 already down for the ship.
Well, yeah, that's why I was saying, I was thinking that by a 50-50, that 50% would be going to the ship debt, and 50% would just be going to LOP for him because he was just making it on our factory. That's why I was confused.
But those two things are kind of the same thing. We're talking about how much does he get, how much do we get to split up amongst ourselves?
Okay. Yeah, I don't care.
I'm good with like 75-25 even, because I don't know. I don't need more money. I have like 100,000, so.
Oh yeah, I mean, if we're talking about like just straight keeping it, then yeah, 75-25 is good for me as well. Honestly, like, throwing as much at the debt as possible would be good.
Yep.
And any thoughts, Belle?
Not really.
The other reason I would say to give him more is, especially, we don't have a history with him. This starts showing him, hey, we have an opportunity to give you more money, and we are taking it. And if there comes a time later that we're like, okay, fuck, we're strapped for cash, this is that building of credit in terms of, don't worry, we may be late right now with the payment, but, you know, don't call in all the debts and send out the bounty hunters on us. We're good. We'll make it do. So I would say being more generous doesn't just pay off our debt sooner. It buys us, additional, sort of character credit in terms of what we could maybe ask for or expect from him later.
Fine with me.
Okay. So you offer him 70-25? Something like that?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry, 75-25.
Yeah.
That's very generous of you.
Well, you've already put... Oh, wait, hold on. Button.
Well, you've already done so much to, put this together.
And then Rellen's just gonna like motion across the bridge, indicating the ship.
I figured might as well try and, help alleviate some of that cost for you sooner rather than later.
Sounds good. By the way, what kind of jobs did you do?
Well, we fired a torpedo at a pirate base.
It'll take like a month for it to show up.
A very low possibility of hitting.
Which does actually get to another little thing that we wanted to bring up to you. apparently that pirate base a couple sectors away that you were saying that we could go hit, they have been are maintaining their own wormhole generator.
Yeah, that was a thing.
He looks a little perplexed. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Those guys are...
Wormhole.
No. Go ahead.
It interfered with ours. We won.
Somebody from Space Vegas asked us to launch well, they paid us a whole lot of money to launch a torpedo at these guys, and it was supposed to be pretty much a delivery shipment kind of a thing. And it was apparently wormhole parts.
Among some other things, you know, what they actually said was in there.
Horn.
He kind of chuckles. Well, that makes sense. Like, let's face it. I got into a lot of trouble about 6 months back when they brought me a ship, selling it as scrap. And then about, I'd say 24 hours after that, the government from Anorida came and repossessed the ship as one of theirs.
Well, the wormhole parts came from Anorida.
It makes sense they deal with them, so gives a bigger sense of the story, honestly. Pirates occasionally steal their ship, so they hired someone else to deliver, I guess, stuff to maintain their wormhole. Still doesn't make any damn sense how they've actually managed that.
They're probably selling stuff to more people than you. For all we know, somebody in the North is making some sort of weird under-the-table power play. Either way,
Well,
I figured we'd let you know so you can, you know, be aware and keep an eye out on stuff.
also heads up, I mean, their wormhole was going to, you know, a war zone. So,
That too.
who's to say they weren't playing sides a bit there?
Well,
I'd also
see,
like to point out we don't know that it wasn't a naturally occurring wormhole that they're just trying to take advantage of.
that's also a good point. It also follows that it heads to Fountain. A lot of the stuff they bring me to sell is stuff like war-torn salvage. So that's how they're making their cash. Now, well, it's all for my benefit. So long as they keep their hands off my welcome mat, I don't care.
Didn't you say that they haven't been?
Oh, it's highly interesting.
No, I said, didn't you say that they haven't been keeping their hands off your stuff?
It's pirates. Pirates are desperate men. They don't attack this base because they do sales here. But if I send out a crew looking for a junk star or salvage, they'll attack them as readily as anyone else. And if I bring it up with them, and to quote, not our problem, bro.
Pretty much. Anyway. So yeah, figured we'd bring up the some of that stuff and talk to you about using the, you know, you get to use the factory for a little while, and like I said, in about a week we're gonna be heading out and heading off towards Fountain, and hopefully we don't die.
Hopefully you don't. I'd keep a close eye on the news out of that place.
Oh,
It's a chaotic region.
Yeah, greed run rampant because the amount of resources that they're losing on a weekly basis in that area would make most militaries blush in embarrassment.
Though
No.
we are getting those weekly updates, or those updates now from Tess, so that's kind of handy.
Yep.
Speaking of which, hooray for map switching.
Then in character, out of character. Speaking of which,
That's an out of character.
okay. 'Cause it's only been 4.5 days so far.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we're arrows. Cool. So we can see where offensives are happening.
Mhm.
Wow, yellow is getting shafted.
Well,
Yeah.
you know. Temporary alliances form to take out one opponent, and then you can align.
It's true.
Even if they're not formal.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few other things that have moved on the map, of course.
Oh yeah, our guy's out. Or is he just out so we can see?
Oh, yeah, he's just out so you can see. And we'll state that this is just a tactics map that Jack keeps updated for you guys.
Okay. So this bimbo moved and this bozo moved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And dipstick down here is no longer with vagina face.
Yep.
Well, it is what it is.
Okay. Anyway. So, do we want to go ahead and make our factory roll and let baptism activation, smoking?
Yes. Yes, we will. Let's make our factory roll.
Okay, so, who wants to roll the factory stuff?
I don't know how.
It's just 2d6, so...
I will do it.
Okay, roll 2d6, and then multiply it by 100,000.
Oops.
Emily!
What?
A 5 and a 1.
That's still 600,000.
I'd still rather roll the one on the factory roll than on like something important like the ship structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, actually, Josh, add or subtract a die 6 for a sparse or rich working environment.
It's fairly standard. You're just having him provide, I'd say moderate. He's providing scrap. You're processing it for him into usable ship parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it says that pretty much the baseline is a standard asteroid belt. And since he has the junk stars there, so that we're just going to go with that one being average.
Yeah, just average.
Okay. So we make 600 grand, so we get 300 grand towards the ship's debt. No, because it was going to go 75. So... So 450,000 towards that.
Baby bump.
Baby bump. Oh, that's great. I love these. Pin them all.
Beautiful.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I like that we're not sure if those are tentacles or not.
Divided by 7. Okay, so that means that each character is getting 21, 4, 28.
I do love it how she's staring at the doctor. Don't you say nothing. I just really like ice cream.
Yes. Yes. You all can shut the fuck up.
People who are watching this, I probably need to drag these into the game.
First of all, I imagine it being one of those weird flavors, like Cherry Garcia or something like that.
Cherry Garcia is not weird. You take that back.
Okay,
fact-
fine. It's Spumandi or wherever it is.
In fact, here, let's actually show it on stream. More delicious tuna art.
Not that we've had the actual roleplay scene to let any of them know what this really is supposed to be about.
Eh.
I mean, it was kind of at least mentioned already
Yeah.
and spoiled and out of character.
But
I know.
someone wants to let it be known in character.
Hey, if you guys want to
That's why they
unbox,
stare at her. Like, what the heck?
hey, if you want to
Someone has a
unbox
good
something,
sense- Wait, Suna, do you have a good sense of smell?
She does. I think. I'm not sure. Wait, wait. I gotta check my stats.
yeah, it's on your character sheet that she has a good sense of smell.
I just know that dogs can smell those types of things sometimes.
That doesn't mean that she would know what that scent is, because she's never scented me prior.
She
Yeah.
don't know what a human is. She just likes human.
Okay.
I like to grind on their leg.
Oh.
She's not that kind of doggy. She's more like the lovable doggy that puts their head in your lap when they want pets.
It's got, like, the weird kind of dirty.
Lop wanders off to do what people do with a smoking jacket and cigar.
Masturbate.
I'm not. Stimulate his cloaca, apparently.
But yeah, as far as roleplay goes, you guys got a week. Anything that anyone want to unpack here?
At this point, how far along is the issue?
Well, we're 4.5 months since
I think-
our adventures began.
I will be back while you.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
whoops. No, you're
We
good.
were at 3.3 weeks last time.
Oh,
Weeks?
Or,
We were in jail for a while.
no, we were, yeah, 3.3 months in. Yeah, we were 3.3 months into it. Now add on an additional 4.5 days.
okay then.
So are we at a point where we can just start making the mistakes?
No, actually not with because I asked him what the norm for humans is, if she's following that or not, and depending on physique, most women don't show like obviously until like they're closer to like week 24.
What week is Shayna?
About that far? I think? But she's been showing for a while.
It also matters the body type of the woman, because
Mhm.
some women, even if it's their first time getting pregnant, won't show at all.
Yeah.
Like later.
So like, there was some actress who got to like 8.5 months and was in a court case because they were trying to get her off of the show, and then she's like, and they're like, well, how do you know? And she's like, well, I'm 8 months pregnant right now. And they were like, whoops, guess we couldn't have like fired you for that reason.
Anyway,
I want to roll it on principle. Even if it doesn't count.
nope, you fail.
Nope.
Berlin's like, what is this thing called human reproductive systems?
So now here's where we get to a weird thing. At what point can he start suffering his brainwaves?
Give me a moment to Google.
So much.
Just now. Wait a second.
And here's the funny thing. If you think about it, under what circumstances besides role-playing would anyone ever need to know that?
Only in science fiction.
People trying to inaccurately pick at things.
Well, this brings up an interesting point. There is the belief that technically a human baby doesn't actually specifically have consciousness until many months after birth.
That's, I think, quite possible. There's a point that, and you see it now with my niece, who's around 7 months now.
Yeah.
Only about a month or two ago did she do what is kind of called waking up, where she starts actually paying attention and like noticing things.
But at the same time, then Rowan can talk to dogs, and they don't really have like consciousness in the same way that we can relate to.
Yeah.
So at what point is he able to pick up that there is a brain in there? It's a blank slate, but there is a brain.
Do not fuck with it.
Apparently, Matt. Yes, you. A fetus has a brain within 3 weeks after conception.
Oh shit! So it's an itty bitty brain.
It's not a functioning brain, but the organ is there.
The beginnings of neural pathway options are there.
Yeah.
I think probably the reasonable place to put that would be when its brain starts trying to actually, like, once it starts actually developing internal organs, so its brain is actually having to tell them to do things.
Yeah.
So when does heartbeat start? That's for sure electric pulse.
For sure, electrical signals at 24 weeks. However, the brain cannot respond as we would to anything resembling pain at that point. Like, the electrical signals are there, but there's not the pathways to like respond to pain or anything like that.
When should you be able to see a heartbeat on an ultrasound? Embryo's heart begins to beat at around 6 weeks. Sometimes earlier, sometimes later.
Yeah.
I don't know. Annie, this is your plot point, so I will let you decide how you want to run that. I will say, Rowan, even if he picked it up, he would not give a fuck. He'd be like, oh, I'm not bringing that up. That is a can of worms.
He's like, I learned one thing about not saying things about people, and it was that one, just that one. Teaching you basic etiquette. Just don't say that one, and I'm cool, right? So I would say go with. You would probably detect whenever the heartbeat thing happened.
Okay. So at this point, we're
some sort of electric pulse happening to start that process.
So Rowan has had an idea, if not known, for a month at this point.
I return.
Okay. Welcome back. Science happened. Pseudoscience gloriousness.
I think the dog wouldn't know what, and I'm sorry, Suna, I'm just so, I don't know if you thought I'm not feeling my best.
That's okay, that's okay. I
Maybe we'll come
understand.
later. So Suna's character, I don't think would have an idea what specifically any scent markers would mean differently or otherwise, because there was no comparison for her to note a change. Unless she's been around pregnant females and knew they were them when they were not pregnant.
You know what? I hide your fucking snacks because you should not be snacking this much.
What?
She just said she hid your snacks.
Oh, we're in character now?
My character hid your snacks. Because I was tired of hearing you chew.
Aussie? Aussie,
What?
where did they go?
Where did what go?
My snacks.
Have you seen your chair?
I dust it up. And by up is onto the floor, and the little robot takes care of it. But where did they go?
Jack has sent a drone, which is currently vacuuming your chair with its little mechadendrite.
We can't get everything.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear Cassie. What was that?
I put them away.
Who asked you to do that? No one.
I put them away because they were messy and you were chewing loudly all the time.
I was unaware that your people viewed having a mouth as an insult, and I'm glad that I can avoid this uncomfortable situation.
Do you want
Which
some
way,
of my
Rowan?
dog biscuits? I share.
I've never seen you snack this much.
So I've decided I want more munching. Shouldn't bother you. It's my own business.
The food doesn't bother me, but the level of crunching.
You know what? Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Just know. Now I'm gonna go get them, and next time we get them out, leave them alone.
Why are you so upset about this? I used to put stuff away all the time.
The snacks are different. Let's just say that. The snacks are different. I want my snacks where I want my snacks. She's like looking at you like, don't figure this out. Don't figure this out. Don't ask more questions.
Rowan's just gonna kind of go float over to stand next to Dr. Russ, and he's gonna put his hands behind the small of his back and his tail slowly swishing back and forth, watching this train wreck unfold slowly. For those who can't hear, he sent a private telepathic message to Russ. It says, "Doctor, should we dissuade this topic of conversation?"
If it goes any farther, then yes. Let them talk it out, though.
Aussie, we've been together, in the platonic, life-saving kind of way for a long time now. Can we just say this is one of those separation of space issues?
If you needed additional space, you could have brought it up when we were designing the quarters for the ship.
Too literal.
At which point she's gonna get another message in her mind.
Is it?
Just hers.
You stay out of my head this time.
How can he talk to you without being in your head?
I can't.
She doesn't have to make sense right now.
I can't do that, Leah.
You see, the little flattering of arms, no, just private conversations. Aussie. So it's not a matter of space, and she's saying it in quotes. It's a matter of the space bubble, personal space, of just like business, not like physics. Yes.
What is going on?
Who said anything was going
I would
on?
like to posit
You're
that.
pushing me away.
I would like to posit a theory on what's going on. She's going through her winter cycle, so now she's putting on blubber to protect herself against the cold.
Hey, yes, I like that answer.
Killing me.
As the
I
medical
would
professional,
like to assume that the laughter. Oh,
I can vouch for this.
She's never had a winter cycle before.
And she hasn't gone through what we just have gone through.
She's gone through worse.
I don't
Believe
know
me,
what
I was
the
there.
winter cycle is on the humans' homeworld.
Yeah, it's the
Lunar
first
year
time.
of 365 days is their year.
Light, to be fair, they don't have a homeworld anymore.
It's a first time run though, everyone. So everybody buckle in. New experiences.
You see, Leah here is trying to adapt. Aren't you, Leah?
Oh,
That's not what humans do.
Well, for once, she's being smarter than most humans.
Oh,
Yes, normally they wipe out their own species.
oh my God! Stop! You're gonna just lay off the fucking fact that we all died and destroyed our own world.
Well, I mean,
Thank you.
if she was trying to adapt, that wouldn't make any sense, since the ship itself is climate controlled.
Static environment.
Yeah, it's a static environment. If it's not a static environment, then I go down and I take a hammer to a few things.
Nope, don't
Not
change a thing.
literally.
No one change a thing. No one change anything except leave my snacks alone.
tell me what's going on.
I don't want to.
Leah,
You stay out of this. You don't have anything in this race.
So at this point, she's gonna probably start flailing again because he's gonna just talk into her head.
Yes.
Leah, given the predicament that you are in, and we are in fact heading into a war zone, the most ethical method of moving forward would be to come clean with the rest of the crew on the matter. If I am asked, I will not lie.
And she's forgetting to try and think at you, and she just talks. How the fuck do you know I'm pregnant?
Wait, I'm gonna be an auntie?
She looks like she's so pissed at you, Rowan, and at herself.
In my defense, Leah, you said it. You could have simply thought it.
I have a
And to answer
question.
your question,
I'm going to come.
it has a brain. Well, obviously someone else already did that to you.
I have a question. When it comes to the care and feeding of baby humans, do you have to separate them from their parents so that they don't get eaten?
I think I remember reading something about that.
What?
She's
That was a
having
long time ago.
puppies?
Your offspring.
The doctor
They're
just
not
kind of like
called puppies.
face palms and shakes her head.
She's having puppies. I'm very happy.
Wait, are there
Wait.
possible?
I think
Wait,
that,
wait.
I don't know, Doctor, do they come in litters? Well,
And I would like to point out at this point that everybody's hearing like there is a little tint of mischievousness in his psychic voice because he knows that there's only one brain in there.
Well, does he know? Like, is there only one brain in there? For sure.
Oh, that's true.
Annie?
Josh, did you roll for twins?
I let Josh kind of run that aspect of it for me.
Do 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 do.
Has this whole algorithm. You can ask
I mean, 'cause
her.
the other part, well, the
Train to
reason
roll
I
for
was letting-
twins.
I was kind of leaving it to Josh because it's a non-human father, so I didn't know how the genetics would play out there.
Plus, it's being exposed to large amounts of high tachyon wormhole radiation. Who knows what that'll do?
answer that question, Relin. There is a possibility of her having more child. We do not know, considering
Children.
having more than one child is still correct grammar.
Nope, it's not twins.
What? Wait, that doesn't necessarily mean less than, or that it's only one.
Yeah, Josh, that's an incredibly specific statement. It's not twins.
She's having
There are
puppies.
There are accounts of some humans having more than at least 3, if not more, kids.
I love
That's
puppies.
really-
What did you say, Cassie?
I said optimal.
I do not believe that is a... Nope, it's not triplets.
I like how this rolling apparently is going from the lowest possible up.
Like, there are limits here, people.
Yeah, if she's got 4 of those things in there, then how is she not showing?
That's true.
Maybe
3 runs of the litter?
Maybe she'll give birth to an egg. Who knows?
Maybe they're really, really little at birth.
Josh, did you just feel the scowl I just gave you through the internet?
Yes, I did.
Annie, I would like you to think back. I would like you to think back to months ago when we were first discussing this.
Yeah, I know.
And you said, Josh, I'm going to leave this up to you. And everyone in the chat went dead silent and said, are you sure?
I've always wanted to have one of my players lay an egg.
Though, I would like to point out that if she does give birth to an egg, then whatever she was sleeping with would have had to have laid that egg inside her rather than her.
Thank you.
But this is not
Yes.
puppy, this is egg!
But this is sci-fi. And tachyons.
Tachyons. That baby's gonna come out of there being Superman.
Nothing runs on tachyons but the ship and the baby.
That's not an egg, that is the baby.
So you're saying it's a togepi?
Sure. No. I'm not going to make...
Getting drowned.
Out of character, I'm not actually going to make Annie lay an egg.
We're gonna make Leah lay an egg.
The other thing is, it could be a very short pregnancy. Or a very long one.
Anyway, let's continue this discussion in character.
So how many brains is Relin picking up?
1. He's picking up 1 brain.
Okay, so when Galena said, is she having puppies? Relin would have turned towards Galena and said,
No, there is only one.
Oh, aren't you just so helpful now, sir?
I was helpful a month ago. I simply believe that it was not my place to bring up the matter.
I'm gonna be an ant.
Why would you wish to be an insect?
Seriously, no one answered my question about...
No.
I forgot the question.
I keep it. I won't eat it.
Just making sure, like, no offense, your species is great, just not so great with each other. So I wasn't sure.
Okay, we're great with each other because we multiply like rabbits, if you even know what a rabbit is, but we multiply like rabbits.
At the mention of rabbits, Jack shows up and stands in the corner.
We multiply like rabbits, we just can't apparently take care of a ball of dirt. And not all of us, just those of us who are spectacularly stupid, are the ones that kill themselves before they hit 25. Many of us actually live to be like 60, 70, or 80. Easily.
I do
Leia,
that.
how old are you?
24.
I think we need
to isolate her for her own safety then.
Never mind.
Who's flying the ship then?
Jack raises a finger and puts it down and goes quiet again.
You stay quiet. Yes, you. You, Jack. You. Don't get involved in this. This is a crew discussion.
Jack is as a matter of importance for simply on the current subject.
I was going to comment that it being built by humans, also a curious, but yeah, humans didn't destroy each other because they didn't really get along with each other, but more because of politics and old tendencies and conflicts of the past. It's not, in fact, any form of an innate dislike of one another.
It's
I would have to tease her about it.
Some random blue dude.
That's a little...
Also a curious... Light, I know that many species of aquatics from my registry do in fact eat their own infants. Do you eat your own infants?
No.
Have you had infants to try this theory out on?
She would have to reproduce first to know for sure.
Well, I mean her as in her species. I've never encountered one of her.
No, we don't eat our own young.
Okay, just checking. I'm going back to monitoring the ship since no one's piloting it.
Sometimes we eat the young of...
I thought we were currently landed.
You are.
Okay.
The AI is developing a sense of humor.
He's probably always had one, just hasn't bothered showing it yet.
I thought he was funny.
Anyway, so that's why we're leaving the snacks where they fucking stay. Okay? She's smiling at you all like this is just going to happen.
The doctor's frowning. It's like, you do realize we will have to run tests to make sure that you are actually able to carry this child.
What are we gonna name it?
More specifically, how is it going to survive travel through the fountain?
I will protect Puppy with life.
It's not a puppy, it's a baby.
It's human puppy. It's same thing.
It's a baby.
It is her language for baby.
Say it with me, puppy. Baby.
It's Puppy.
It's a puppy in her language.
Puppy's so cute. Never
Well.
seen human puppy.
Well, this one's not gonna be just a human.
She just kind of looks. Should I get you a toy?
Not a dinky.
I do not know if this puppy will have fangs or not.
That's a good question.
We are still missing the larger immediate point of the matter.
Ignoring you.
Which is what I've gotten lost in all this baby talk.
I had tried asking her who the father was, and he didn't get that far.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell when you're a little bit too tipsy to bother asking names or species identifying features. He was blue.
Well, that rules out Lop's traffic officer.
Well,
He was orange.
I was pregnant before then. I was pretty sure that the guy that I slept with was the night before we took off on the adventure that started this all.
I feel like
that you have been grossly irresponsible in not bringing up this then.
Like,
Well,
what kind of blue?
Baby blue, dark blue, teal,
You said that first one on purpose.
robin's egg blue.
He was relatively humanoid. Kinda had some pointy-ish ears. There might have been some greenish looking. She takes her finger and, like, starting at the bridge between her brows, starts there, running up to her forehead. He had some bumps here.
Can we have Jack start showing all blue alien races?
That would match these descriptions?
Yeah.
Or can we just roll an intelligence to see if there's one that, can we just roll smarts to, after she describes the dude to see if we know what he is? Josh?
Hang on, yes. I believe...
Okay.
If you'd like Jack to make a roll of his categories of species, then yes, I can make a roll on that. If you'd like to make intelligence checks, you can.
Can I try? So
I'm doing the shit.
Would be smarts.
Yeah.
I am not going to win this, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Who knows, your dice might explode.
Somehow.
The digital dice.
Oh.
It's a term for if you roll max and then you get to roll again. That kind of mechanic is called exploding dice.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just Galena's like, oh, it's these guys.
Alright, let's see. How do I roll this again? It's been a while. Smarts.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Damn, there's a lot of people getting successes on this. Apparently this is a very common alien race.
Yeah, I don't even have to bother, but I'm going to anyway.
You rolled notice.
Oh!
Yeah, Suna rolled notice.
What?
Let's see if I saved that picture that I was going to use.
It
No,
should be in the chat conversation you and I had when I selected the winner.
Okay. That's a good point, because otherwise it would have taken a much longer time to find it.
Hell, even my history. But, yeah, smart.
Saved image. Onto the desktop. We're gonna name it Leah's baby daddy. Quick, Benny to the person who can find me a name for this species and send it to me on Discord first.
A name?
Yes, a name for a species. I didn't come up with one. Cassie gets the Benny. That was fast.
It's just like syllables that my mind I don't know what it's about.
When we actually get into combat, you guys are gonna have so many freaking bennies.
Yeah, and with how we end up rolling once we actually get to combats, we're going to need them.
Uh-huh. True enough.
Yeah, note my 3 raises in an out of combat situation.
Yeah. Blew all of that luck. Sorry it's taking me a minute. I've been having to put this thing into a PNG for this. I didn't even have to roll for Jack. You all know what the species we're talking about.
Apparently Leah didn't.
Apparently. Well, she doesn't remember exactly what he was. She kind of was drunk. She might have just been like, I don't know, guys.
It just felt good.
Pretty much. Pretty much that is it. Exactly.
I remember what he looked like, but I think the alcohol has robbed me of the of his name and his species.
All those prehensile tentacles.
There we go. It is now sitting there. You know that they're called Nazul?
I think it was Nuzal.
Whatever.
Yeah, Nuzal. They're called Nuzal. They are known as one of the galaxy's prettiest races. Blue skin.
So, Relent. So when Jack brings up an image of it, though, Relent just gonna kind of cross his arms, tilt his head, say,
I don't really believe that I could blame her.
See, you tap it too.
I wouldn't.
She looks like blue gumball. Disgusting.
To be fair, I mean, give it some longer hair and you might be convinced.
Relent's just gonna stare at the bald lady.
Yeah, she was talking to Light because he's girly. That, pretty race. They're somewhat girly. That's why I'm saying that.
Pale. There's no coloration other than blue.
Lighting might not have been perfect either.
Jack is like looking at the picture. He's very symmetrical.
Here's hoping.
Hopefully the baby will be equally symmetrical.
With a human.
Who knows?
Whose skin will it have?
Would you like me to?
So Jack,
I have another question.
Any crossbreeds of this with humans before? Viable?
He strugs. I just woke up. I've been awake a grand total of a couple months. So.
I have another question. Humans are mammalian, right? They give live birth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they don't have. I hope the babies don't have those head thingies. That looks like it might be painful.
It may not. It may not develop until they start to reach sexual maturity.
That's entirely possible, and for Leah's sake, I certainly hope so.
Thanks so
The
much.
larger question that I wish to restate is, we are going to be bringing Leah into a full war zone with very aggressive and unregulated tactics involved, in which she is bearing her own child.
I know it's not ideal, guys. I really do. But I really don't have anywhere else to go.
Which is understandable. I simply wish to emphasize the point so that we are all going into the situations in the future aware of this. We'll have to compensate.
Pretty much I'd like to stay on the ship, guys.
I mean, it's your choice. If we had gone into the war zone without knowing, though, we could have put you and your baby into even greater risk.
Yeah, I know, guys. I didn't want to get thrown off somewhere and said, hey, bye, we're not gonna deal with this at all.
She just kind of levels a look at Leah, like, would I do that to you?
I'm pretty sure Rossi would shoot us all down before that would happen.
It would be incredibly hypocritical of me to tell you that you do not deserve the opportunity to get the vengeance against Aku that we are all after.
I get it. I'm really glad that this discussion happened before we were there. But I mean, this is just not what I was planning my life. You know those life plans that they talk about making. This is where you want to be at this point. This wasn't where I was planning on being. And it's not like she points at the vague picture up on the screen of potential dad-esque figure. It's not like he's around. I literally don't even remember his name. I don't even know if he told me what his name was, quite honestly. But I can't ask him for anything, and it seemed like an unreasonable thing to expect the rest of you to make accommodations for it because, well, it's stupid, and I know it's stupid.
We would have had to have made accommodations whether we knew or not.
Galena starts crying.
That makes some sense before you know us, but we're all crew now, so we gotta stick together.
We have family! We will not get rid of you! She just cries in the corner.
Leah, now you have made Galena cry.
The doctor just kind of like pats Galena on the shoulder, just like, there.
I like pets, thank you.
I'll go there and give her some scritches behind the ears. That's her leg twitched.
Tail wag.
Leah is tearing up in the corners of her eyes. I'm like, thanks everyone. And she looks over at Galena and it's like, oh, fine, tear time it is. And she starts crying too in relief.
Oh,
dog,
This is
better.
This is kind of fun. Can I scratch the human behind the ears too?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Thank you for asking before you touch.
I don't know what, whether that is okay, so I asked. I don't know if humans like that kind of thing.
I mean, you could scratch me behind the ears, but I probably wouldn't feel it very well.
And now there's emotions and I'm leaving. Okay, so.
Now that that's all taken care of.
I'm just gonna stay on the ship for everything.
It'd probably be best you not make that promise. Because I see you breaking that very easily.
Bring me snacks?
Merlin is stealthing away. The emotions were too great for him.
The psychic feedback of it all saying it was like, no!
Anyway, so yeah, general plan? General plan?
Make the monies, give him lots of stuff, go to the war zone, and proceed with plan to, stealthily and surreptitiously and systematically destroy Apu.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry. This is,
And then we
like,
start
what's the
a baby
plan?
college fund.
And she started to make money, and my immediately thought next was fuck bitch.
I'm going to like
I forget where I heard that.
I'm gonna buy so many baby shirts.
Oh my god.
All about having the best aunt ever.
So Aussie cares more about this and the future than Leah. Gotcha.
She's so excited.
Guess what? Unless something happens, you're now the equivalent of the domestic life partner for Leah.
Oh my!
I figured that was the case anyway. They're sisters now.
Woohoo! Here, watch my kid for me for free. I want free childcare now and whenever I put child in your lap.
So Dr. Russ.
Hmm.
While this is also going on, Jack appears beside you and goes, "Okay, so, a priest, a rabbi, and an atheist are trying to decide how much money to give to God."
Huh.
First question should be, what is a priest, a rabbi,
And so the priest says, "We'll draw a circle in the ground, take all the money, throw it up in the air, and whatever runs outside the circle is for God." And then the rabbi says, no, we'll draw a circle, we'll throw all the money up in the air, and whatever lands inside the circle is for God. The atheist steps up and says, no, we'll draw a circle, we'll throw all the money up in the air, and whatever God wants, he keeps!
Huh.
And then he fades away laughing.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Yes, it was.
It makes no sense.
What?
That was the worst joke ever.
Let's chalk that one up to cultural differences.
You don't get it?
Why would you waste money?
That moment when in roleplay, the computer has more sense of humor than you.
To be fair, it's more sense of humor than the character.
It's true.
So, I'm assuming that roleplay scene is done.
Yeah.
It's okay, Russ. My people think theistic religions are silly too, for the most part.
Oh, people do religion, yeah, whatever. But why waste money? Wasting money is not a funny thing.
It's a little funny.
The doctor just kind of stares at light, just like, I don't see how. Just saying the phrase of, "You are a twisted person."
Could be.
Oh my.
Matt has returned.
Welcome back, Matt.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
You missed Jack making a joke. A very bad one.
Wait, I thought Rellin told him no more jokes.
It was just
Too bad.
the doctor, don't worry.
I don't think he's bound by the protocols he's told us he is. I think we need to fry his hard drive.
It's too bad you can't access that room.
gave me a little.
I have. I was gonna say she has a matter cutter. I have a plasma pistol. We can get into that room.
Leave Jack alone. It was harmless, and it wasn't directed at you.
Hey guys, I have to leave. I gotta get ready for bed pretty soon since I work in the morning.
Not a problem. We're probably going to wrap up after this and a stinger.
It was fun, and I'm sorry I came so late.
It's all right. You weren't that late.
Well, you know.
Yeah, you were.
Late.
At least you came.
Yeah, as long as she comes, it's okay.
Have a good night.
Nice.
Hey.
So, I take it we can close that scene then?
Yes.
So,
Seems appropriate.
let me roll some dice real quick to see what's going down.
Phenomena.
Wait, is this going to get us a copyright notice?
Maybe. Actually, no. It probably won't, but this will. No, I'm not. I was just gonna hit Starship again and just be like, ha 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 ha. Screw you, YouTube! I can go to Twitch!
We like being here. We don't listen to the crazy man.
First, it's not really a screw you, since all they do is just montage your video, and any money actually made goes to the artist.
But that means that then we have to deal with commercials.
And when you have a 4-hour session, that's a lot of commercials.
Well, I mean, we don't really have to deal with it unless we're going back to watch it for our own reasons.
Yes.
True enough.
That happens.
I suppose. I have done it before.
That's interesting.
I went back and listened to the pseudo Valhalla episode of the Hero Society game.
Oh, when you guys were at Mirkheim?
Yes.
Yes.
That was a good one. For me, at least, you know?
Making changes, making change. I'm gonna have to figure out an easier way to make changes, like make a tile or something. Oh well.
I love how the symbol for Wendy's has become this just smug asshole.
To be fair, have you read half their Twitter shit?
Yes, and it's glorious.
That was not something I expected to happen. Okay. Okay.
So it seems like Yellow is getting their ass kicked.
You would think that, except for what I just rolled just barely.
Uh-oh. Wait, who is it we want destroyed? Is it Blue?
Blue is the
we
one
don't
working
really care
with.
about the factions.
Yeah, the blue is the one working with Ahu.
Right, that's why we want them destroyed. Yes, he just might make another deal, but if we can also make it known to the groups that Blue has backing from him, they might be less. Some of them, at least, might be less likely to take his backing later.
Ooh, Yellow just
Dirty.
took that other sector. Blue's down to 2.
Mm-hmm. Now I can start moving things around a little bit more. Oh, and since you know where they are, that's not a big deal. I can actually move so you can actually reveal this. Okay. So yeah, as you near the end of your week, you get some updated tactics and scouting information. You notice that the regions have changed a little bit in Fountain. Test apparently suffered a loss, as did the Morganites.
Wait, what did they lose?
The Morganites lost Kraken. The Test faction was just the aggressor. They weren't being attacked, so they didn't lose anything. Anyway, so you make your astrogation real quick, and we will jump on over to Seder.
Ouch. Well,
Indeed.
here comes support.
Okay, yeah. She changes your roll to a success.
Yay.
Oh, hey, well, we now have each have the same astrogation roll, so...
That's fucking teamwork.
It takes you about 4 days to enter into Seder. You emerge at the destination that you denoted before that you would be getting to. Boop. Let's go to a map.
Our plan was to get there before they would arrive, so that they're not like, oh, spontaneous wormhole.
Yep. I am receiving texts.
Evidently. Hi, Amanda.
We could hear Power Rangers back there.
Yes, we could. But yes, this is the location that you emerge out into. There's some space rocks floating about. You said you were going to try and arrive before then?
Yeah.
Alright. That means you have some time to wait. What do you do in the meantime?
Listen to a lot of passive sensor information, so that we're not advertising where we're at, probably.
Works fine. You don't need. You could with passive. You can see what's going on. It seems that there is some form of a confrontation happening in this sector, not far from where you are. Specifically, let me get the...
I'm trying to figure out where we are.
Let me get your token on the field, which I think I uploaded. Yes, here we are. Right about like that.
Because we're a big ass ship.
Because you guys are a big ass ship. You're right there.
Spider, get off the hull!
Let him do what he wants.
And
He has magnetic feet.
the direction from which you are getting the information of a conflict It's happening out that direction.
How far out that direction? And to what scale is it?
It is a... Let's see. There are 2 small vessels and 3 vessels of similar size, I should say. You know, very light escort corvettes that are...
In other words, we way outclass all of them.
Yes, yes. They're sent here as escorts for you, not as like actual combatants. But the 2 ships have apparently gotten a surprise on the 3 test vessels that were coming to meet you, and are currently under attack. 2 of the test vessels are arguably wrecked by this point.
Okay. So at that point, first, and like, how far out are they?
Oh, I'd say another. How big? What scale did I make this map? Maybe another 30 feet, as far as I like. Just using the scaling on the map, another 30 feet off of this corner.
Okay, so within range.
Yes.
Cool. So it do. So who wants to stay there on the bridge?
Well,
I
I would
mean,
be as
usually
we're
on the bridge.
getting out of astrogation, out of the wormhole, the pilot.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure. I mean,
I'm probably as well as the navigator.
I can be there. Like, I can monitor things as long as I don't need to be in some place to fix something. Then I don't have anywhere better to be.
Actually, I made your token a little too big. You are a 3x2 token. Think about that.
But we're still...
You're still huge, but I made it a little too big.
So is the doctor off doing her own thing while everybody else has been loitering on the bridge during the jump, or when we were going to come out of it?
She more than likely would be trying to research medical things that need to be known because of baby daddy.
So I think with that one, probably what would happen is those sensors would come up, and when they look at all that information, we're all just gonna look at screen, look at everybody else on the bridge.
We do have to intervene with this.
Well,
I see no problem.
Alright. Jack, put on the red lights.
Meow, meow. All crew to battle stations. All crew to battle stations.
At which point, Realm's gonna head over to wherever the weapons console is because, shooting score.
We're gonna kick the fires and light the pyres, big boys.
Did Jack say that?
Yes, Jack said that.
What did I tell you about jokes?
That wasn't a joke.
I don't know what it means, but it certainly wasn't funny, so let's just go.
Jack, I want you to focus on assisting Leo with combat maneuvers and put one of your slave computers towards assisting with my targeting.
Stay on target.
I will cut you.
All right. However, at this point, we are about 3 hours in. I know that some of us do need to get going. Do you want to do this next week? We'll start with blowing shit up.
that would probably be reasonable.
Okay.
I would appreciate this.
I'm sorry, Matt. I know that I'm leaving your combat character with with initiative blue balls, but
Whatever. Like honestly, like as far as a from a narrative side of things, either one works. We now have the cliffhanger. Now anybody listening, you know, all the 6 people we have subscribed, like now they have to listen next time to figure out how badly we flub all these rolls and get our ship blown out. And then have to start a new game.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, thank you all for listening. Thank you, YouTube, for not copyright striking us into oblivion, which you'll do anyway, but I don't care. I'm going to thank you anyway, till you do it. And good night!